guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Cheryl and this is a little piece of heaven farm, and thank you for all your new subscribers joining us today. And today we're going to make homemade instant mashed potatoes. Personally, I've never done it before. I've done my research and it looks fairly simple, so I'm taking you on this ride today. So I have some store-bought potatoes. They're russet potatoes. They're getting to that point where I need to use them or lose them, more or less. So I guess this is a couple pounds of potatoes. I'm going to peel these up, dice them up, and get them on the stove to start cooking. And how you do homemade instant mashed potatoes, you don't add any milk, cream, butter, none of that stuff. You can season these once you get them all mashed, and what you're going to do is when you get ready to drain them, save your water that you boiled them in. It's going to help you get them nice and smooth. And then we're going to put them on our fruit leather trays because we're going to dehydrate these guys. So it's another dehydrating video. Yay for us! And I'm thinking about making a garlic herb instant potato. That sounds kind of yummy, right? Well, anyway, yeah. Let's get to this. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome back, guys. Well, the potatoes are done boiling, and they're piping hot. I reserved the water into another pot. And I'm just going to pour them in the KitchenAid mixing bowl. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can use a hand mixer. We're not using butter or milk or cream. It's just going to be potatoes and the water that they were boiled in. So always reserve your water. And I'm going to see if this whisk will work first. And I got just a little cup, and I'm going to add a little bit of water in there at a time. And turn it on. You want it nice and smooth. Because you got to remember, we are dehydrating these, so you're going to take most of the water back out. Okay, let me get a spatula so I can scrape down the sides. Oh yeah, they're coming out pretty nice. Add a little bit more water. Oh yeah, there she goes. Okay guys, I'll bring you back when we have them all nice and soft and not lumpy. I'll try to anyway. Alright, see you in a minute. Okay guys, we're gonna start spreading these out on these fruit roll-up trays that you have for your dehydrator. And if you don't have a dehydrator, you don't have to worry about that. You can use your oven. Set it at the lowest temperature it can go. Most ovens go down to like 170. And have your you have your door ajar so you can let some of the humidity escape. And I don't know how much of this we're going to get on trays. I weighed them off camera, and it was 2¼ pounds. So I was way off on my guessing. But yeah, try not to get them as thick as you can on here. Try to get it even. Probably if I had one of those cake frosting spreaders probably would be better, but I don't. So this is just gonna have to do. And if I don't get all my trays for this dehydrator filled up, I have a zucchini that I'm gonna dice up and dehydrate along with them. You know me, I like to do everything at a full capacity. Okay. This is one. Let's get the next one. And these are Presto dehydrators. This one that I'm working on now is my first one I got. It doesn't have a temperature gauge. It doesn't even have a timer. It's a plug and go. You plug it in and you walk away. And then you do have to check it on it, you know. Throughout the day if you can, if you're home. If not, you know, when you get back home from work, you can check on it. It's usually, what, 8-9 hours later. A lot of stuff is done by then. But, yeah. I think my first one was pretty spendy. I think it was, I wanted to say it was like about $75–80. Now you can get the Prestos, I think for, don't quote me on this, but I think for like around $60, maybe even less. And a lot of times you can find them in yard sales or on the Facebook Marketplace, and also that Craigslist. You can find some. So you know, this is about the right time where a lot of times people are selling those things. Let's get another tray going, and let's see what we can get. But yes, check there, guys, for these ones. Yard sales are a great place. A gal I know, she got a one of those fancy Excaliburs for $15 at a yard sale. Can you believe it? $15 for an Excalibur. Yeah, it was an older one, but hey, it works, man. You know, that's what you call a bargain. Anyway, you guys know what I'm doing, and I'll bring you back when I have the trays all filled, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, guys, I got 3 trays of our mashed potatoes, which is pretty good. It's a good start. And this was one big, huge yellow squash that came from our garden. So I'm just cutting it up in chunks. I'm not going to flavor it or anything. This is just going to be chunks that I'm going to dehydrate and start a jar on for winter. I feel like I'm a squirrel, you know, storing food for the winter. But yeah, you know, why not? You know, you grow it and you're running out of freezer space, and you know, canning. Also, you know, jars and lids are this year are becoming scarce. So dehydrating, you know, I can always turn this into powder if I want it, but This stuff is going to be for soups and stews and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just going to keep filling up this tray and see how much I get, and then I'll bring you back when I'm outside putting on the dehydrator. Okay guys, we're outside. We got 3 mashed potatoes and we got 3 yellow squash. For the last tray, I took some off the first tray because it was pretty crowded and evened them all out. So we got it out here on the table, and as you can hear, I have my other dehydrator going, and this one is very old school, if you can see, and I bring you a little closer. It has no controls. This is just more or less like a plug and play. You fill it, plug it in, and walk away. Where my other one has a timer and a temperature control, which is really nice to have. It's more of an upgrade. But the old dog, she works good. I like her. So, yeah. We're just going to plug her in. And we're gonna check back in 8 hours, maybe later on tonight. I'll check on both of them really, and I'll bring you back tomorrow when these are dried. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cheryl, and this is the Little Piece of Heaven farm. And it's the next day, and we made homemade instant mashed potatoes. They're a little crunchy. That's how you want them, where they snap. And we're going to put them in the food processor, and we're going to grind them up. And we're going to make them into like a powder form. They rehydrate a lot better. Yeah, they turned out really, really nice for those little bit of potatoes that we cooked up. It was like, I think, 2 1/4 pounds of potatoes. But you do want these crunchy, so you can dehydrate them really well. And these did take overnight. I checked on them at like 5:30 this morning, and they had a couple little wet spots. Not too bad, but I went ahead and left them on the dehydrator a little bit longer. And the squash that we cut up for this dehydrator, just to make more or less a full dehydrator, they turned out pretty nice. They're just chunks that we're going to use in soups and stews. And I'll show those here in a minute after we get this all going. Okay, let's put the lid on. And we're just going to pulsate these. Okay, we're going to have to turn this on a little bit longer, so I'm going to bring you back when I bring it up to more of a powder. Okay, this is what I've gotten so far. They're in nice little chunks, but I found out from doing research and things like that, the powder is best. And we're going to rehydrate a little bit of these when we get them all done. Okay guys, this is what you get when you do 2 1/4 pounds of mashed potatoes. I got water starting to boil on the stove. We're going to rehydrate a little bit of these. And as promised, here's the yellow squash. They turned out really, really nice. And I'm going to put them in a jar, and I'm going to just keep adding to the jar this season. So I'll have dehydrated squash on hand for soups and stews or whatnot. And yeah, we'll bring you back when we have the water boiling. Okay guys, got boiling water here. I'm going to get a little measuring cup. And we're going to see how well this reconstitutes here. Whoop, I might have put too much water in. Oh, they're coming back pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. And I got some bigger chunks. Nothing like lumpy mashed potatoes, right? But yeah, they're coming back pretty good. The powder that was in it, it's getting a little thicker on us, which is great. Yeah, so I would say it's a success. Don't add a lot of water like I did for a little bit, but yeah, it's coming back. I know if I let it sit a lot longer, it will do really well. The powdered potatoes were almost like came back instantly, you know, really quick. So maybe if we put this in a coffee mill and get it into more powder form, they'll even be extremely better. But yeah, homemade instant potatoes. You know what went in it? Is just potatoes and potato water that you reserved. Yeah, none of that other stuff. And we also did yellow squash. So we're off to our good start. And I'm going to end the video here today. And thank you for always stopping by the farm and hanging out with me. And I appreciate all the subscribers I have gotten, and some of you new ones. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Share, like, and comment on the videos. And we'll catch you on the next one. You have a great day. Bye.